So Netflix is now moving some of their shows into a weekly series, ongoing model. And I thought this was really interesting because the company kind of was founded around this idea of binge watching. And now you've got some shows that are coming out week to week. And there's a few angles I'm kind of looking at this. Like one, I was thinking about the two different models. The we'll call it the
week to week and the binge.
Week to week and the binge, or I'll call it the week to week. I also consider like spaced repetition. Okay, so when I was growing up, I remember the TV shows that were the spaced repetition week to week
X-Files.
Way more than I do the binge.
Tell me what happens in season 3 of Stranger Things.
Exactly.
So what leaves a longer impression? Staring at the sun for 2 minutes or watching a firework go off for 10 seconds that it's in the air? Which one is going to have the lasting effect?
Or looking at the sun for 30 seconds every week.
I know.
Versus
I'm just
2 minutes. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and it's like that with audiobooks too. I used to binge read. I would binge read a Stephen King book in a day. Like sometimes, like a book like It, 1,200 pages. I'd be like, I would look at that on my phone, or on my iPod at the time, and say, okay, that's like a week.
Yes.
And I'm like, I will have this done in a week. And it's so good, getting the story that fast. But then I think I'll have to agree that I don't remember it as much.
Yes.
Yeah. The books that I take my time and read with my eyes, I enjoy them both, but I'll remember the
spaced ones out more. I see this with my daughter. She's doing now swimming lessons, and she does only 10-minute sessions every other day, something like that. It feels like such a small amount of time, but she is just increasing in her capacity to swim like crazy. And I think that the gaps in between the sessions actually allow time for all the brain processes that kick in, where you then start thinking about it. It's involved. You're analyzing it. It's involved in your dreams. All this stuff.
Well, and there's enough space between that. You're not trying to remember 10 hours. You're remembering 10 weeks.
Yes. Right.
Tell me what happened in season 4 of Veronica Mars versus season 1. If we didn't rewatch it, I could have told you about everything that happened.
Season 1.
I remember 2 things from season 4.
Right.
Logan's weirdly skinny, and they bang, and they show way too much, and I was like,
it's a little weird.
I hate this shit. It's weird. That's it. That's all I can remember.
Yeah, he did look way too skinny, especially near
his head was
his
too
neck.
big.
His head was too long.
Right, exactly.
He was really skinny.
And what else happened? The binge is, I agree.
Know what I was thinking about the other day? You finish your thought, and then I have something related to this.
So
no, you're good.
My thought there was that I don't know that this sounds like I'm defending the week-to-week model. I just thought that it was something that was interesting. When I started thinking about this, I was like, I actually think that week-to-week, it makes the shows more memorable, even though it sucks that you have to wait. But I think Netflix is looking at this more. If I'm looking at their business, I think they're trying to hook us like drug dealers.
Yeah.
Well, they also need to, because they can't afford to stream that much content.
Right.
It's let's say it's $100 million to build a show. We watch it in 10 hours. $100 million. Well, obviously not. Let's say $50 million. $50 million in 10 hours. And now we're like, okay, what next?
Yes.
It's like how often do you expect us to have new shows? You look at HBO. It's years between. They have 3 or 4 shows. They do a few episodes week to week. Game of Thrones, 10 episodes, you got 10 weeks, and then they're like, we'll see you in a couple years.
If they could even hook you on just one show that's week to week, that ensures your subscription.
Exactly.
So that's really what they're going for.
Yeah,
but then you end up like a drug dealer where, you're just like, can I get my fix?
Thing.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I think it's interesting. I like that they're doing. They didn't decide to just go all this approach.
No,
so it's kind of a
because
two-prong business.
Castle Rock was week to week, wasn't it? When we had to watch that.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I remember the other one, 11/22/63 was week to week.
I think Hulu usually
Hulu,
does
yeah.
week to week.
Well, again, I mean, from a sheer cost perspective, it's like...
Well, it's because Netflix are the guys who don't understand what cable TV is. You know, they've never really dealt with the idea of... You know, they've always been so giving.
Yeah, they want to break
Here's
the
the
model.
whole season.
Yeah.
They've always been...
Here's everything.
Here's our entire library.
Yeah,
Have
it's
at
like,
it, folks.
guess what, suckers? There's nobody else.
I think that worked to steal a lot of the market share, but now they're like, how are we going to stay in
Well,
business?
'cause, I mean, they've got Disney Plus around the corner.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Not like this.